Hello everyone. Today I'd like to introduce you the person that I admired, whose name is Calvin Richard Klein.
Calvin was born in 1942 in Bronx, New York City. At a young age, he taught himself to sketch and sew. He attended the High School of Art and Design and moved on to the prestigious Fashion Institute of Technology. He spent 5 years as an apprentice in a coat and suit house on 7th Avenue in New York City, working long nights and weekends to hone his own designs. In 1969, he and his close friends, a financial advisor Barry Strawworthy, created a Calvin Klein coat business. The first order was obtained purely and ironically by accident when a coat buyer born with Taylor, who got off on the wrong floor of a hotel and wandered into Klein's workroom. She placed an order for $50,000, which is a huge amount at that time. Encouraged by this, Klein expanded his line to include women's sportswear. Klein's worst swings include his core line, Calvin Klein collection for men and women, ck sportswear for men and women, and ck jeans. He also licensed arrangements for his menswear, coats, accessories, intimate apparel, hosiery, swimwear, eyewear, furs, socks, and fragrance, all under his careful control and management. Of the many categories licensed, jeans, along with fragrances, built a large following among consumers who sought an affordable way to attain the designer's cake. By 1997, sales of Calvin Klein jeans approached $500 million. Calvin was not only good at designing, but also good at marketing, especially in using advertisements. Advertising was a key to Klein's success. He stopped the media with controversy and kept his name in the news. He was the first one to design women's underwear, which looked like men's jockey shorts. His tagline aids for jeans starred child star Brooke Shields, who exclaimed, "Nothing comes between me and my Calvins." In the process, Klein developed a reputation for pushing the envelope of acceptability in his comedies. Advertisements of the mid-1990s featured underage teenagers in sexually provocative poses that were particularly risky and were characterized by many as socially irresponsible, stupid kiddie porn by the press. The comedian was singled by Forbes magazine as the worst marketing comedian of 1995. He even attracted government attention. The FBI and Justice Department investigated the company for responsible violations of child pornography laws. The acts were universally denounced, but in the end, the Justice Department ruled that they were not pornographic, and yes, Klein pulled the ads, but not before the company publicity had made the Calvin Klein brand name a part of everyday conversation. His 3 major fragrances, Obsession, Eternity, and Escape, were a huge success. Also, due in part to shock value of advertising, his television ads for Obsession featured British wife model Kate Moss nude with her Italian photographer boyfriend whispering, "I love you, Kate," as she waded through ocean waves, nervously through her long straight hair, and ran through islands, huts, and gardens to the sounds of beating hearts insects, wind, and surf. Advertising for his new fragrance ck1 and ckb continued to challenge the public's social conscience, with some reflecting a gritty hair-life reality in the which disseminated teens appeared to be part of the idealized drug culture. Again, the AIDS drug criticism. Klein continued to profess in nonsense, saying that his aids are never meant to shock or create controversy. The aids of 1990s, according to the design, represented a departure from foamy air brushed images that were not connected to the reality of today's world. At the same time, his advertising for jeans and fragrance was being criticized. Calvin Klein clothing was receiving critical acclaim for its clean, modern lines. Time magazine called him the Frank Lloyd Wright of fashion and named him one of the 25 most influential Americans in 1996. Calvin won the prestigious Coty Award 3 times in a row, become the youngest designer to ever had that honor, and also captured the culture of fashion designers of American world. In addition to his professional achievement, he built a financially strong company with the continued advice and help of partner Barry, who guided the company through the fashion financial times in the late 1980s. His worldwide empire was revealed by few designers. Because I'm interested in fashion design, so Calvin is a kind of example which I should learn both for how he used the mind to thinking and how to design on the perfect color.
You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing.
Calvin Klein jeans.
Thanks. That's all.